Nestled in the heart of Australia's lush forest, Whipbird House is more than just a dwelling, it's a statement about how architecture can adapt, not dominate. Built by Zerni, the home is designed to almost blend into its landscape, utilizing natural materials and passive design concepts to create living spaces that are in harmony with the rhythms of nature. Here, the home is no longer a boundary between people and the environment, but an extension of the landscape itself. As the sun rises, soft light filters through the foliage, casting dancing shadows across the exposed concrete walls and warm wood paneling. The sound of whipbirds, the inspiration for the home's name, reverberates through the air, providing a natural symphony that continues to accompany the life within. As we approach, we can sense how the home was designed with a keen sense of its surroundings. At the front of the home, the banqueting room is the social experience at Whipbird House. This space is designed to bring together not only its residents, but also the natural world around them. The doors are crafted from quality wood and finished in black and can be opened and closed as needed. When the doors are opened, the interior and exterior spaces merge, creating a dining experience that feels free, seemingly without boundaries. The large openings in these doors allow natural sunlight to enter, reducing the need for artificial lighting during the day. This home is not just a place to live, but an experience that teaches how to coexist with nature without destroying it. What makes Whipbird House unique is its humble approach to nature. Rather than standing as a striking structure in the middle of the forest, the house leans back, following the contours of the land with a design that blends into the landscape. The materials used appear to have been taken directly from the surrounding land: naturally colored concrete, locally sourced wood with preserved textures, and large glass windows that frame the forest panorama like a living painting. Every element in Whipbird House is not just an aesthetic decision, but a reflection of a design philosophy that values simplicity and sustainability. The bedrooms, on the other hand, are designed to be truly peaceful retreats. Rather than simply enclosed spaces, the bedrooms in Whipbird House are more like private pavilions that blend into the landscape. Sliding glass walls allow residents to enjoy direct views of the forest, while sheer curtains provide privacy without completely blocking out light and fresh air. There is no over-the-top technology or flashy decor, just silence, the sounds of nature, and a design that allows the mind to rest. At night, the stars shine brightly in the sky, and a gentle breeze brings the scent of earth and wet leaves into the room with a slight opening. The atmosphere changes without losing its natural essence. The interior feels spacious and open, with high ceilings and wide openings that allow natural light to flow into every corner. The living room and kitchen blend harmoniously, with a solid wood dining table serving as the center of interaction. Meanwhile, smooth concrete floors provide a cool contrast to the warmth of wood on the walls and furniture, creating a calming balance of textures. The main space flows without rigid boundaries. The kitchen, dining room, and family room are connected in a whole that feels open. Each corner presents a different view, inviting the eye to take a break from the screen and return to the real view. Here, every element has meaning. Nothing is made just for aesthetics, everything has a purpose, while building a more immersive experience. As a work of architecture, the Whipbird House does not seek to steal the show with its striking form or luxurious materials. Instead, it blends in with nature, making nature the center of attention. Its simple yet intelligent design, efficient use of resources, and closer-to-nature living experience make it one of the best examples of how architecture can be a solution, not a problem. During the day, the house changes with the changing light. Sunlight pouring in through large openings creates shadow patterns that change over time, as if the house itself is part of an ecosystem in constant motion. In the kitchen, warm morning light illuminates the wooden kitchen table, revealing the details of the natural wood grain. Meanwhile, in the living room, the play of light and shadow from the foliage outside adds to the dynamic atmosphere. This is not just a house to live in, but a house that lives with its inhabitants. To the side of the house, there is a large side yard, a view of nature that provides unmatched coolness. From here, the view opens endlessly, as if inviting nature to enter and become part of the house itself. A gentle breeze blows, carrying the scent of leaves and earth wet with morning dew. In the distance, rows of eucalyptus trees sway gently, creating a calming natural rhythm. A spacious terrace serves as a transitional space between the inside and outside. From here, the sounds of the forest are clearly audible, the chirping of the whipbirds that inspired the home's name, the rustling of the wind through the trees, and the silence that is never truly silent. All of these elements create a calming atmosphere, reminding us that true happiness is often found in simplicity. At night, the atmosphere becomes more intimate and peaceful. Without many distracting outside lights, the night sky is clear and thousands of stars shine brightly. In the living room, a simple fireplace serves as a warm focal point, where residents can gather, read, or simply enjoy the silence of the night. There is no sound of cars or the hustle and bustle of the city, only the whistling of the wind through the trees and the sounds of insects create a natural harmony. In a place like this, time seems to slow down, giving the mind space to rest from the hustle and bustle of modern life. As dawn begins to break, a soft light slowly emerges from behind the horizon. The initially dark sky begins to glow with a golden hue, slowly creeping between the silhouettes of the trees that are still silent in the silence of the night. The morning air was fresh, cool, seeping into the house, bringing the scent of dew and newly awakened earth. As the sun began to rise little by little, the scenery changed with a beauty that was hard to describe. Warm light penetrated the trees, creating shadows that moved slowly on the ground, while the birds began to chirp, welcoming the start of a new day. In the side yard, the morning light bathed the grass in brighter colors, making each leaf seem to sparkle under the light of the young sun. The Whipbird House is more than just a place to live, but an embodiment of how architecture can embrace living in harmony with nature. Every element of its design is designed to create a balance between space and environment, allowing its occupants to experience the changes of time, season, and light more deeply. From expansive openings to materials that blend with the landscape, the house does not just stand on the land, but also blends with the rhythms of the nature that surrounds it. It is not just a building that protects, but a space that lives, breathes, and continuously interacts with its environment. More than that, the house teaches us to see architecture as an experience, not just a structure. It presents a gentle transition between inside and out, creating a more natural and free flow of life. Every corner invites occupants to not only dwell in the space, but also to connect with the environment around them, feeling the coolness of the morning dew, watching the play of sunlight during the day, and enjoying the serenity of a golden sunset. With a design that prioritizes comfort and sustainability, the Whipbird House is not just a place to live, but also a statement about how we can live closer to nature without sacrificing aesthetics or function. Ultimately, the Whipbird House reminds us that a home is not just about walls and a roof, but about how it creates space for a more meaningful life. Here, the boundary between humans and nature is not a divider, but a bridge that connects the two into a unified whole. With its beauty that changes over time, this house teaches that when architecture and nature go hand in hand, life within becomes more peaceful, more harmonious, and more inspiring.